Welcome back to You've Made a Mobile App, Now What? And you want to be seen. There's definitely ways to be seen, and you've got to step out of your comfort zone because that is where the magic happens. I often say to people, you know what? Step out of your comfort zone and your comfort zone will follow. So being seen is really, it's about taking some action that might make you a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but in the long run, it's really going to help you shine. So first and foremost, let's talk about the App Store. You want to maximize your assets that are just right there within the App Store itself. You want to take a look at your screenshots, and we're going to go into depth a little bit more on each one of these here in just a minute. You want to add a preview video about your business and about your app. And you certainly want to do a short description that's going to be with a hook that's going to grab people's attention. And you want to have the long description in your App Store that's going to give a lot of your app details. So let's take a look at each one of these. First, let's look at screenshots. Do you make your screenshots attractive? Do you make them about your app where people are going to look at this and say, wow, I really like that layout. This looks really good. I want to download this app. Because visual is 90% of it. If people see your App Store images and they see your screenshots and they don't like what they see, they're going to move on, and they're going to move on quickly when they're looking. So do yours stand out? Are they a little bit different? And then if you can, you want to do a preview video. Here's a sample. I'm going to play this video for you. This is a game app that this is on the App Store. It's the very first thing you see right next to the screens is that you can put in a preview video about your app. Here, I'm just going to play this for you. Now, isn't that just something? If this were something that attracted you, you would be inclined to download this app immediately. And you can do these with a lot of different tools that are out there. One of the tools that I use to create videos is called InVideo, and it allows me to upload a script and then it puts some images with it. And you can do that with your own app no matter what genre you are, no matter what your business is. You can do a really nice preview. This was only 1 minute. People will watch the video and you can start sharing this video everywhere. So it doesn't just have to be on the App Store, but you definitely want to put one on the App Store because people will look at that first. And it's just a quick way to sell. Video is everywhere. And you want to do a short description with a hook. A hook is so important. You want in your first 3 to 5 words, you need to grab your user's attention. You need to put things out there like one I was reading. These are actually right from the App Store. Everything's better with bacon. If you are looking for a restaurant app and you see everything's better with bacon, you're going to be inclined to look at this a little bit more. Or enhance your sales. If you've been looking for a business that's going to help your sales grow and you go to the App Store and you see this, you read this, you're going to want to read more. And lower anxiety with 6 tools. If you've been having some personal issues and you want to lower your anxiety, this would be one that would grab your attention. I can lower my anxiety with 6 tools. 5 words, done. 3 to 5 words, make it the attention grabber. So you're going to have to spend a lot of time on your short description because it's important that you keep it to just 2 to 3 lines. You don't want to make it very long. You just want to make it briefly because people want information quickly before they make a decision and they move on. And you want to give the user a reason to take action. When you're writing your short description, you want it to be, okay, I want to learn more, or I want to download this immediately. Everything's better with bacon. Well, that's fantastic. Now I want to look at this a little more. What do they mean? Or lower my anxiety with 6 tools. Wow, I could use that. It's a free app. Boom, I'm going to download it and check it out. And finally, you want to use keywords. And we're going to talk about keywords a little bit later, but throughout everything that you do, you want to talk about keywords that are important to your business. Let's talk about the long description. The long description can be exactly that, a long description that's going to really describe your entire app to people. And this is after they've read your short description that's going to get them to want to do more. And they're going to want to learn more. The very, very first thing you want to do is you want to explain why they need to download your app. What is it that you're bringing to the table? Because again, when people are looking at this, you only have so many senses that you can touch here. The video obviously is going to have them hear something and see something, but you have to get down to them emotionally. And the reason that people do things is not just because. They always have a why behind it. So you want to share the why they need to download your app. And you want to know what features it provides. What is this app going to do for me? What are the different features? Am I going to have some kind of a calculator? Am I going to be able to schedule appointments? Am I going to have a gaming feature that's going to give me the opportunity to play a game while I'm waiting somewhere? And what benefits are they going to receive? A gaming app, they're going to receive entertainment. The 6 tools for anxiety, the benefit is I'm going to feel better. So you want to explain to them in the long description what benefit they're going to be receiving from this. And you want to use some catchphrases in there. Everything's better with bacon, or the anxiety, or the tools that I need to succeed. So you want some really good catchphrases, but you want to make sure that they are just about your business and your app. You need to sell. This is a long description, is actually a sales page without being salesy. You want them to be able to hit the button. And throughout the whole description, you want to invite them to download to learn more, download to experience it themselves. So these are things that are really important. And again, keywords. In fact, let's talk a little bit more about keywords. There's a keyword tool on Google, so I would definitely check that. It's a free app, free thing that Google provides. And you want to choose keywords that fit your app category very, very carefully. This is actually going to put your app in the right spot. And I know I personally have searched for apps on the App Store where I typed in a certain keyword that I was looking for, and some random things popped up that had nothing to do with it, my app and what I was seeking initially. So you want to make sure that you want to think like your customer. You do not want to think as you, the business owner, but you want to think like your customer. And using this tool from Google will help you do that. You're going to put in different words and catchphrases, and it's going to give you the ranking of the keywords that are in there. So you don't always want to just think like you, the business owner, because you've already got the answers. You already know your message. You want to know what your customer is going to search for. For example, in my own business, I don't always leave with just mobile app. I also will put keywords in there like loyalty program. Now, loyalty program is pretty broad, but in a mobile app, you can have a loyalty program. Or I might put events. Events is pretty broad, but my mobile app can help with events. So I think about these keywords and I search them on the tool so that you can find out which ones are good and which ones are not. And so Google will give you these suggestions, up to 750 of them, And trust me, you can find enough with that. And you want to put these keywords in your long description, your short description, and these are the same keywords that you want to use on your website. Again, it's about branding and being found. And you want to update your app frequently. Not only does it tell Google and Apple that you are a viable business who is constantly adding content and keeping your app fresh, it will also tell your customers that, hey, we're out here and we are constantly giving you what you need. And I just downloaded one, and the phrase that they put on there, what they were updating, is we update frequently to keep your app working well. Perfect. It also gives me a reason to open up the app again to find out what's new. So you always want to update your app frequently, and work with your app developer on this if you don't have control over republishing it. It's very simple to do. There's usually not a lot involved, and you just send it on up to the store with some tweaks, some things that need to be updated. And you don't always have to republish it to update it. You can also just update it by adding content, adding push notices, adding something new. If you have a frequently asked question area, you want to shift that around, adding a new feature, something that's going to get the clients to want to open up the app on a regular basis. And you can also start to work with places like AppsFire here, for example, and get featured as the App of the Day contest. So it depends what your business is. Some this doesn't work very well with. This is really for a lot of game apps, student apps, etc., business apps, parenting apps. You want to work with this company and be seen. And this way, not only do you get ranked, you get featured as the App of the Day. And you get to be part of this contest where people are voting on your app for the App of the Day. So this is just another way to be seen. And you want to put it out there. You really do. You want to put it out there. You can do this through Google Ads. This allows people to see that you do have an app, especially if you are in a very competitive market, that just doing a regular Google search isn't going to help. But you can do Google Ads, not just in regular Google. You can also take out ads in the app stores if that's what you want, so that you can rank a little bit higher. You can also do this through social ads, where you want to tell people, hey, we're here and here's why. And reuse some of the words that you've used. Use your short description, use your branding, use some keywords whenever you're doing these. And another area is that you can invest in some PR. We're right back to not everything has to be electronic. I know that PR ads, or not even advertisements, but articles, go a very long way. You can hire PR firms to actually write these for you, and then they can get them publicized out there. And it is amazing how many people will stop and read an article these days. And don't leave out Twitter. And the reason why I brought Twitter in here is because it's a little different than a lot of the other socials in that you're kind of past the gatekeeper. Most business owners run their own Twitter account. They'll hire people to do other social media. They'll hire people to do their Facebook and their Instagram and Pinterest and all of those. But Twitter, they tend to do it themselves. And in Twitter, they're actually commenting. So if you want to get past the gatekeeper in a business, you want to actually use Twitter out there to tell people that you do have your app. And you're going to get that in the hands of the actual user. And try doing something that's called deep linking. It might be getting a little too technical, and if you have a mobile app developer that you have good work with or a web developer, you're going to want to talk to them about this. But what deep linking does is it gives a code inside each of the tabs that helps you analyze the keywords in there, and it helps feature different sections within the app. By doing this, you actually move up in the App Store when people are trying to find you, because it's just one more area. So deep linking sounds a little technical, but it's actually very easy to do, and it's something that your web developer or your app developer should be able to help you with. This concludes our section on being seen, and now I'd like you to go on to build your community.